Neil, a tough day at the office. What's your assessment of that game?
Oh look, we haven't played rugby, as we said before, the fixture for 371 days, so I think when you watch that game back, you'll see an immense amount of effort, a lot of physicality for the boys, a lot of hard work, but against a side like Ealing, that gets you so far, and they took their tries pretty well and picked us off, especially that second half when we got tired, but look, we'll be all the better for an 80 minutes under our belt and getting the boys back out there.
That's one thing that stood out, I think, to every Nottingham fan, is the hard work and the desire to try and win a game of rugby.
Yeah, look, we said we were going to be tough, we said we were going to be competitive, and we were definitely that, and there's a wee bit to go on some of the organisation and making sure we get things right around our set piece, but look, they're a quality side, and all plaudits to them really. They have heaped the pressure back on Saris.
A couple of mistakes in there as well, which obviously comes with, you've only had 4 weeks of contact training and no pre-season training and a limited amount of pre-match preparations.
Yeah. Look, we've only been together as a group in contact for 4 weeks. We go into a bye week now, which gives us a good opportunity to regroup and move forward. And we've come out of that game with no injuries, so it's a pretty good place to be in terms of that respect. And look, we're always going to be disappointed about a result. No one likes losing. But as I say, it's a good step forward for this group and where we're at.
10 debutants in the starting lineup, 16 in total including the replacement, so it's never going to be easy. Whatever team you are, having 16 new players go out there and try and win a game of rugby against a top side.
Yeah, look, they played 11 fixtures, haven't they? They've beaten Saracens twice in the cup competition they played in. They played Newcastle twice before Christmas, winning one of those. So look, it's going to be difficult. We know it's going to be difficult, but look, we were competitive where we wanted to be competitive in the physical stakes up the middle, and you look back and you see 2 or 3 unbelievable D sets where we keep them out for 2-3 minutes at a time. That's what this group's about. They work hard for each other, and we'll keep doing that, and we'll keep progressing, and we'll build into Ampthill in 2 weeks' time.
How are the boys feeling in there after the game? Is it glad to be back out there? Is it disappointment we didn't do more?
Yeah, it's a tinge between the two. Obviously they're disappointed. As I said, they're rugby players, they don't like losing games. But for some of them, like Charlie Thacker, he's been out for 3 years with a double ACL and then into a lockdown season. So for him, he's in there bouncing off the walls, and he's actually just played a game of rugby again. So it's a very strange feeling there. Obviously, that disappointment will be there, but just the fact that people can get back out there and do what they love after such a long break is great.
Jack Stapley as well, with a couple of huge tackles that really got everyone that was here, to watch. That really got them people going. Yeah,
there was some fantastic physicality out there. As I said, there was no lack of physicality. There was no lack of boys putting their hands up to go and meet their physical threat head on, and that bodes as well for the future. 2
weeks of solid training now, and then until in 2 weeks' time. What are you expecting from that?
Look, it'll be interesting to say who knows. We'll watch their game today. It's going to be a tricky one because they've had a lot of turnover as well. And it's a funny one. The draws come out and we've got all the big boys at home, and then we have to travel to all the other semi-professional sides. So you have to look at the draw there and say, it makes you look at the draw and think, okay, that's interesting. But we'll go there, and you've seen today it's a very different atmosphere in the grounds with no crowd. So hopefully we'll have that on our sides when we go down there as well.
Very strange, isn't it, coming into the bay with no fans? You're having to wear a mask, you're having to do temperature checks and so many different protocols and hoops that you have to jump through.
Yeah, look, and I think it's going to be a learning curve for our boys. They weren't sure whether they had to come on the pitch in their mask, they weren't sure whether they were allowed to in here or to do this or to do that. And look, that's going to take away from some of their mindset around performance, but we've got that out of the way now. We've done that, so we know what to expect, we know where we're going to have to be, and you're going to have to be adaptable. I think through the whole of this lockdown, let alone rugby, everyone's had to adapt and do things differently, and it's a great challenge for the boys to do that.